True, the high school nightmare. It all started in high school. A few weeks in, I made a few friends and was keen on making more, so I tried to talk to everyone that I could. I was still somewhat new to the school, and one day I got lost, so I met the guy who would eventually become my stalker. He showed me around, we made conversation, and at first I thought he would be nice to have as a friend. The week passed and I had made few friends at this point. I wanted to hang out with them as much as I could. I felt a little bad because my other friend was a bit of a loner, so I invited him to come hang out with us. He did not talk much at first, but then he started talking more, mostly to me. Asking advice on life, I was happy to help, until he started asking me to pat his head like a dog and make him wear a leash. A bit weird, might you say. I passed it off as a joke, and I humored him, something I should not have done, as he started calling me master or mistress. I asked him not to do that. I told him that I was not comfortable with this behavior, but it was apparently too late to fix things. It happened day after day. He started skipping his classes to walk into and get kicked out of mine. He followed me all day, and if I had to go to the restroom, guess who followed me inside? I asked him to stop many times. He would not, so I got the school involved. Well, I tried. They had no proof of stalking. I found that kinda strange, since many teachers have kicked him out of my classes, but nevertheless nothing happened. Except him getting more, let's say, protective. I asked one of my guy friends to help me out with some homework one night. My stalker overheard this from around the corner and did not like who I asked for help. He furred every male I talked to. Some would find this flattering, but I found it annoying. I tried to tell him not to worry, that we were just friends, but his exact wording was, "They do not deserve you. They are worthless compared to my master." I tried to get him to stop. I yelled at him. I do feel bad because it was quite harsh, but it was the only way to get through to his thick head. I thought I was finally free from that cycle. He finally stopped following me, until one day I found this letter in my locker. In this letter, my stalker gave his disgust for males and his hate for himself, that he must be evil for his master to treat him this way, that he must be punished, that I must be taught not to shun pets. It was a few pages long, and it was very disturbing. In fact, it was the most terrifying thing I've ever read, especially when I got done reading it and looked up and saw him staring at me from down the hall. He came up to me and opened his phone and started showing me pictures of, well, of cartoon character who had similar appearance to me, with the same brown eyes, brown curly hair. Then, he gave me a leash for him and asked me to walk him around. At that point I ran away, up to the office, letter in hand. The principal, after 5 visits and finally had the fucking proof he needed, agreed to step in. The cops got involved, and soon after, a restraining order was put in place. He was not allowed within 50 feet of me. About a month later, I was sitting in my room doing some homework when I heard a scratch at the window. I looked over, and to my horror, he was standing just outside my bedroom window. He had a collar on his neck, and a leash was dangling down from it. He was intensely glaring at me through the glass. His face then crooked into a disgusting grin before licking the surface of the window and ran off. Thankfully, I moved out of that town a month later, but after the nightmare I had last night, I decided to write all this down. Being stalked is not romantic or fun, it is terrifying, bone-shaking, nerve-wracking, and the worst thing I have ever gone through. I have no idea how he is now or what he is up to. I just hope he got those issues worked out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button to support my work. And as always, enjoy the fear, my dear.